I need to make an apology. Welcome to That's a Good One, where a stranger gives you his opinions about things that you didn't know you needed until right now. Well, here we are, another week. Texas came out, laid another egg. We're back to seeing the old Texas that we are used to seeing, where we come out and look like we're going to be world beaters, and in the second half, we decide not to play football anymore. Quinn looked like a quarterback today that had never played a down of football. And outside of him being sick or drunk or high, there's really no explanation to why he could not hit wide open receivers for the life of him. I don't have the numbers in front of me today, but I believe I remember them saying on TV that he had 17 overthrown passes, which is just a ridiculous number. He missed pretty much all the throws that he was more than capable of making today. And it had nothing to do with Oklahoma State's pass rush at all. There was plenty of times where he had ample time to make a good decision, make a good throw, and he missed it. And don't get me wrong, he did make some decent downfield throws, but for the most part, he was throwing high percentage screens or checkdowns or something to that extent. And, I mean, those are passing yards and passing ratings. It's everything that'll go into it, but it's not what he's there to do. He's there because he has a freakish arm and can do Patrick Mahomes type things. I feel like anyone who follows Texas Longhorn football knew that Quinn was going to have a game like this. I mean, the dude hasn't played football in 2 years. But I think we just all assumed that last week against Iowa State was the game where he was kind of, sorting things out. He met somebody that the defensive scheme wasn't good for him, and he had to fight through some things, and we won a close game, which was great to see. But then we play Oklahoma State, and we're up by 17 points, and they go down the same way Oklahoma State lost to TCU. I mean, we're talking about a Spencer Sanders guy who's played all 4 years, has really nothing to his name except a bunch of stats that he would have gotten from playing as many games as he has. He's a pretty good quarterback. He's not a great quarterback. I mean, he lost to Max Duggan last week, for God's sake. I guess one of the upsides to this would be at least the Big 12, for the most part, has a competitive team from top to bottom. At this point, it's hard to say that Kansas is competitive anymore, but at least they will fight. Some conferences, they don't look at it that way. The SEC just means more when bad football's played, so I guess Vanderbilt is needing some meaning in their life, because I don't think anybody in the country thinks losing 25 or 26 consecutive conference games means more. It's pretty pathetic. Hopefully this off week will get everything corrected. I don't think it's going to correct a whole lot of things. Maybe Quinn was just having an off day because everybody can. But hopefully we get things turned around again, because my last video, I still think that Quinn is light years better than Arch Manning. I don't think this has an effect on Arch coming in and taking Quinn's spot. But there's obviously some things that Quinn needs to get worked out and learned from. As someone who has been a fan of the Texas Longhorns for a while, this is one of the most frustrating things to continue to be a part of. Texas is one of the programs where you show up and you start winning immediately. We don't have to win every game in a coach's first couple of years, but we need to be winning 10 or 11, 12 games. Obviously, it can be done. Nick Saban showed up and took a terrible Alabama team and turned them around in 3 years, beating a Texas team. Lincoln Riley runs off to USC. They're kind of in shambles out there. He turns them around. And I think for Longhorn fans, that's the most frustrating part about all of this, is that we have the money, we have the boys, we supposedly have everything you can need to be successful, and we're not successful. We might as well have Mike Leach calling plays for the team, because Sarkisian at times shows glimpses of what his offense could be. Whether it's the players that aren't getting it done or it's the coaching staff, I have no idea. At this point, the season's over. We'll probably win a few more games and make a bowl. We'll go back to the Alamo Bowl for the 100th time. But just another disappointing season. Not that it wasn't kind of disappointing anyways. It's not like beating Oklahoma State was going to change things. There's really not much of a chance, even though the playoff predictor was saying we still had a 40% chance to make it. We all know that there was no way you're getting in. Well, if you made it this far, thanks to listening to That's a Good One, episode 2, kind of a rant on the Texas Longhorn football game today. I will eventually start doing more rants on different teams. This one just was something that happened today, and I felt like I need to come on here and let some thoughts out, my opinions that you didn't know you needed until right now. So until then, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and stick around and get all the notifications for whenever I upload a new video.